What is up, guys and girls? I am Virtual and welcome to some PC building sim. Now, I wasn't originally actually going to record any of this because honestly I didn't think it'd be interesting. But alas, I have apparently been told otherwise, so that's a thing. But anyway, before I start, one thing worth mentioning, I actually do have qualifications in IT and stuff, and I can literally build a computer IRL in less than 5 minutes, as long as I have all the parts around me. So I do apologise if I fly through this at the speed of sound, because obviously this is a lot simpler than doing it IRL, so, you know, plus all the tools and shit, so, yeah. But anyway, because this is a save that I already have, as you can see by me being a level 26, we need to move the day on. And I want the more complicated missions, hopefully, not just the boring old fix missions. Because as much as I have these qualifications, we're going to attempt to do the stupid things and probably the things that you shouldn't do. So, you know, going to make it fun somehow. I'm literally taking all my qualifications and everything I know and chucking it out the window. Which is ironic considering that my window is like literally about less than 3 feet away from me, so fun! Moving on! Don't care about you, fuck off. I guess we'll do that one. Seriously, 2 of the exact same one? I mean, I guess I'll take that because it's experience. And I also have that. Right, so 3,500, 3,500, and one wants recommended spec, and the other wants minimum spec. So, let's see, Bland and Young. Young. I already have a thing over there, so. Onto these 2 desks they go! Get on there! Right, so 3,500 for this. What exactly do I need for that? Let's see, recommended. So I need a 1050 and a G40 520. About that. Right, so we're not going to put a 1050 in there. We are going to attempt to go one up from that and put not a 160, a 1060 in there. That one, and I want 2 of them. And I am then going to switch over to thing, thank you, do the thing, lovely. Right, so it only needs a Pentium, but I'm going to stick a pair of i3s in it. Oh, those are Coffee Lake ones. Woo! I mean, I get to use the Coffee Lake boards now, so. Which of the Coffee Lake boards do I want to do? Filter. Coffee Lake. Intel do come up with some weird fucking names for their chips. That one. 2 of those. And that's a 4,133. So I am going to select that, and I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to get 8 of them. Storage. We're just going to get 2 of those. Right, so this thing doesn't need to be overly powerful, really, as far as power supplies go. I know I could get away with a 450. But I think what I might do, actually, have a little look. Screw it, we're gonna stick that in it, because fucking YOLO, why not? Cases! Which case do we want to chuck all of this crap into? I mean, it doesn't need to be an overly fancy case. Well, actually, I mean, it kind of does, because I want it to at least look good. Ooh, this is a good question. Which of the cases do I want to stick it into? I do hope that none of this music is copyright, by the way. I have no fucking clue if that is the case, so I hope it's not. Because if it is, I'm not going to be very happy. Really tempted to put it into that case. PSU length is enough. Ooh. Do we want to stick it in one of those? Or do I want to stick it in something a little bit fancier? Do you know what? Fuck it, I'm going to stick it in a pair of those. CPU cooling! Now, as far as that goes, screw the ordinary one. We are going to stick one of those on each. Okay, well, I'm fairly certain I'm gonna be able to pass this relatively easily, so I want to collect all of that shit. And then dump that there, dump that there. And now begins the fun part. Because now I need to go along and I'm gonna build 2 computers at once because I'm a fucking badass. Do I have enough room? Ooh. This is a good question. Do I have enough room to take this? Oh yeah, of course I need to remove the front on this. I do. Haha! Joyous joys. Get on there, you. And I know this is why does that? I never understand why it looks slightly different once the front's on it, but fuck it. As long as it works, I don't give a shit. So I'm actually not going to do that. I am going to space it out. I'm going to remove these two. And we are going to do the same on this one. Or do we want to be the super flash? I mean, what graphics card did I get? Nothing too flashy. Oh, before I forget, because I started up a new game, I need to select the colour of wires that we're going to be using. And considering that we've got a red graphics card, I'm thinking, yeah, we're going to use that. Lovely, lovely, jubbly. Oh, okay, whatever. In you go. Right, so I'm actually just going to stick to building one for now because it'll be a lot faster. Okay, so that doesn't have the removable M.2 memory bay, which is good. We are going to shove a RAM in, which is useful that we don't have to do none of the RAM flashing bollocks that you normally have to do in a real life computer, because that's a thing. Plonk. And well, that's doing that, and I should really be using my number keys for all of this, but you know, my memory ain't the smartest thing on the planet, so. I'm gonna shove it there, because why the fuck not? And we'll grab that one. On it goes. Lovely. And power supply. So we got power supply, GPU, M.2 memory, CPU cooler, CPU, RAM, motherboard, and all that rubbish. Beautiful. You, my friend, need to plug the fuck in. Lovely. I think we are good to go. Fairly certain we're good to go on that. By the way, I don't give a shit what they want on the extra things for the whole 5 stars, so they can literally go to hell with that. Because, fuck it. In it goes. Because I want to move on to some of the more difficult missions, so. In goes the thing, more of the things, even more of the things. These computers should be massively overpowered for what it is. Well, actually, not massively over. I don't know, actually. GPU, not really, because it's only like a generation or so up from what they should be. Actually, no, I think it's a bit more than a generation. Yeah, I think the GPUs are. I don't know. I'd have to go into the part thing to see what it measures it as. But I shouldn't imagine that those GPUs would be that much more powerful than the standard 1050. I could be wrong though. Right, I believe. I almost forgot. M.2 memory. Beautiful. On you go. 1,895, and you are 1,895. Both of these do exactly what they are meant to do, with quite a considerable oversight. So, book and discard, and also this one. What have I forgotten with you? Oh yeah, the fucking fan thing. I forgot to plug it in. There we go. I forgot that for some reason that fan wasn't properly plugged in, so. Bloop. So this is the one downside to having all these auto things that just do things. So we got more shit, even more shit, and then I've got that coming in tomorrow. This one, right? So I have 4,250 to make a computer that honestly actually has a pretty low requirement for what it needs to do. You know what, screw it. I'm going to pick a brand, and now that I have picked said brand, yeah, Coffee Lake. So I'm actually going to overshoot the amount, because this is something you can actually do in real life, by the way. You can actually put a RAM chip in a computer, provided that when you turn it on, you make sure that before you've done so, you've turned the channel down to specifically make sure that it does not try to auto time it, and that it is actually aiming for a set time, because otherwise you will instantly blow your computer up. And most computers, by the way, when you put RAM into them, most motherboards, the BIOS in them is automatically set to auto time the RAM chips for you. There is ways around that. I'm not going to go into it, and honestly, if you don't know what you're doing, you probably shouldn't do it. So don't do that. But alas, moving on. I'm gonna chuck a 99 in this thing. Because why the fuck not? Since we've picked a brand, it only seems right that we chuck one of those in. Because YOLO. We already have them on board. I did the RAM. That's it. So I need storage, which obviously, you know, we're gonna go for. Actually, you know what? Screw it. We're gonna stick a big M.2 memory in it. And I think we shall. Questions. In that case, what is the PSU width on there? Not applicable. Okay, I'm going to skip out the power supply for now because I'm not sure what it means by not applicable. That seems odd to me. But anyway. Do you know what? We're going to stick a pair of 2070s in this. Because fucking YOLO. Ooh, actually. Maybe we should stick a pair of 1080s in it instead. Yeah, let's stick a pair of 1080s in it instead. There we go. That gives us a much better extra price in case I want to add things like a couple case fans and a power supply and stuff. And it looks like we're good because I'm skipping over the power supply for now because I am not entirely certain exactly what the fuck it means by not applicable for power supply. Does that mean that it just has a power? No, it doesn't. So the fuck is with that? Also, is that? Huh. Yes. Okay, interesting. Fine. Do I have a spare one? I don't. Okay, so I actually do need to go and buy some extra bits. Should have actually checked this. But alas, me and my infinite wisdom did not. So that one. And also power supply. Looks like it's got a pretty big power supply thing on it. So yeah, I think a 750 watt should do the trick. Power supply, and it fits. Beautiful. These are all things that I like to see. Now, I need to make sure. Okay, so yeah, that does indeed fit, which is lovely. Right, so I need to remove that, and that, because I'm gonna just open up all my little access ports quick. Oh, actually, you know what? I am actually going to remove those cables because I want to change the cables. Since we're using a white, I want to go something colourful. What do we want for colour? What about a nice white and green? Minty fresh, love it. Oh, actually that's fine. I didn't open the M.2 memory slot. So there's one there and there's one there. I'm gonna shove it in that top one. purely because instinct is literally yelling at me, shove it in the top one because that's where the heat dissipation is probably going to be best, rather than literally directly under a fucking graphics card, which is directly under another graphics card. Because, I mean, I know heat rises, but the fans on graphic cards face down. So, you know, logic. But alas, moving on. Graphics cards! I mean, this thing is gonna miles overshoot what it needs to be. In comparison. Seriously? Oh, you can't fit. Oh well, I guess I've got to spare one of those then. Which means I can shove all that in. Give it that. That can forgive. So any worries that I did have about not having enough build funds for like extra fans and shit are immediately gone. I am glad that that did that. I should have really stuck. I actually am gonna have to do that. Well, rip. It's because normally, like, if this was real, you'd literally just move the fucking thing out of the way and it wouldn't be a problem. But alas, no. Physics don't work like that in the game because, you know, the game doesn't have that shit programmed into it. Which is, you know, fair enough. It's a game about building PCs. Why would it need the physics of how the fucking pipes move? Although, I mean, it would be nice if it auto-updated it, because obviously, as you can see now that the chips are in there, it's just moved the tube slightly. Which reminds me, I actually have one of, well, not this exact one, I actually have the M22 water cooler in my system. These tubes are fucking stiff. They're not easy to move. Like, and they do not sit like that at all. Like, that is not how they sit. Also, I kind of want to check how the M22 one sits, because they do actually sit pretty much as you see there. So the tubes come out of it and then it goes like that. Whereas if you look at this, if you trace this one, it's all fucking crossed over and weird. This pipe here should actually be plugged into where the one behind it is. So, you know, just little consistency notes. What am I doing? Case fans! That's right. Because those are a thing. What case fan do we want to stick on this then? I am thinking that I wonder what the size of the fan on this is. If I had to hazard a guess, I'd say it's a 120mm. Which will be that one. Does this have fan slots at the top? Oh, it does! Okay, that's interesting. What size is that fan? That's also a 120mm, so I actually need two of the 120mm. So we're gonna grab those, and then we're gonna shove those into the thing because we want to make it pretty. Lovely. Just what I like to see. And lovely. Beautiful. And I think do you know what? No, fuck it. I'm not done just yet. Actually, do I have the funds for this? 1,161. So I do actually have the funds for this. I am going to do something completely fucking needless. Like, there is no reason for me to do this whatsoever. I'm going to shove a pair of solid state drives in there just because. I just need to make sure that when I actually boot it boots up to the M.2 one, because that does actually affect as to how fast it installs the thing. Why? there is clearly enough room for me to stick those in there, so I don't know why that is a thing, but I guess, I mean, we'll shove that in, and then we'll shove that in, and then we'll shove the graphics card back in, and problem solved. I don't know what, there was clearly enough room for me to easily be able to put those in there, but, you know, fuck it. It is what it is. BIOS, please. Thank you. Right, so RAM OC, we want that. Don't really need to overclock that. M.2, lovely. Exactly what I like to see. And I want to install three things actually. So we're going to install the lighting. We're then going to install that because I need to do the 3D mark, and we're also going to install that because I don't actually know how many people know about this little trick, so you know, might as well show you something about the game that you can do just in case people don't know that you can do this. I actually found this out by accident, so you know, take that as you will. Green! I'm thinking we might want to go more kind of like that. Ooh, that's looking pretty nice. I honestly would not mind actually having that view. That would be quite nice. I mean, I love my case, but my case isn't the prettiest thing. The case I have is built more around thermal properties in mind, so keeping the airflow running and making sure that there's enough space for everything. So that's the thing, right? So I want the system info, and then I want 3D mark, and we're gonna be off because I want to see what the power consumption is at any given time with this, which is why I opened up the PC info, because obviously it displays all this pink shit up the top, which is really handy. Because when you're overclocking on this, if you run it through, if it doesn't, like, if it's crashing, if you're not using the specific overclock software, you can actually run this and it will tell you whether it's temperature or power consumption. Because obviously, you know, if you English! If you draw more from your power supply than what it can give, obviously it's going to blue screen you. Because it can't physically draw that much space, that much power. I will learn the English one of these days. Also, again, I've discovered this isn't a really well-known fact, but 3D mark is actually a thing. This is legitimately something you can run on your computer, and in fact, you can get it on Steam. And it does have a free demo where you can run this exact program, so everything you see here, on your real life computer. So I will hopefully remember to include that in description alongside the game's link, obviously. So enjoy. It's actually kind of fun to know what sort of score you get. So what was the score that I was supposed to get for that? Oh, actually, it didn't overshoot the score too much, honestly. I could probably strangle the fuck out of that and actually get it spot on that 3D mark score, but unfortunately that would actually take me a little while, and I am all out of time for today. But alas, if you enjoyed this and you want to see more of me just going around dicking around in computers because fucking YOLO, then let me know and maybe we'll do more of these. But until then, thank you for watching. I've actually forgotten my outro. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, hit that like button. Stay awesome as always. And I will see you lot in the next video.